everyone! In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to add on this beautiful lacy frill border to your work. Now I did this border for the first time on the baby twin girl blankets that I did recently and posted on Instagram. Well, I say recently, it was around Christmas time actually. But I got lots of questions about how I'd done the border and I promised the tutorial, so this is it. And if this is your first time visiting the Blossom Crochet channel, just remember to subscribe now and you will be kept up to date with my weekly tutorials. It is similar to my easiest border ever tutorial, which you can find on my channel. However, that is only one row of frills and this one is going to be 2 rows, but I'm also with slightly bigger gaps to get more definition between the 2 rows. So I'm just going to do it around this completed baby blanket, and for anyone who's wondering, this is my corner to corner stitch and I will leave a link in the description for that tutorial. But as always when doing a border, you want to start with a foundation row for your border, and I have gone around my entire project doing 1 row of UK double crochet. So in the US this would be your single crochet. So you want to complete that before you get to this tutorial here, and I will leave a link if you're not sure how to do that. I will leave a link for my double crochet border tutorial in the description box as well. But once you have completed that all the way around, so obviously I've gone all the way around my project and I have slip stitched into my first chain that I'd done, and meet me at this point when we will carry on with the pattern. So once you have slip stitched, we are ready to move on to the first row of the frills themselves, and we want to do a chain of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and that chain 5 will count as 4 chains, and the 5th chain at the bottom here will count as our double crochet. So we've done a chain of 5 for this first one. We are then going to skip 2 stitches. So we're going to skip this stitch and this stitch, and into that 3rd stitch we will do a double crochet. So insert your hook into that stitch, and again making sure you have got the V on the top, and then do a double. So yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through both, and that will create a small frill. This time we're going to only chain 4 because we don't need that 5th chain to count as our double, so we're only chaining 4. And again you're going to skip 2 stitches, so skip 1 and 2, and into your 3rd chain along you will do a double crochet. Chain 4, again skip 2 chains and do a double into the 3rd, and you're literally just going to do that all the way around to create these little frills. So if you do that all the way around now, and when you get to a corner you will literally just keep going in exactly the same way. We're not going to be skipping any more or any fewer stitches around your corner. You will just continue in the exact same way. So if you want to continue doing that now, and I will meet you just as we get back towards where we started from, and we will close off this round and move on to the next round for the border. So I'm now just getting back to where we started from. I've just done a chain 4 and it's worked out quite nicely that I have 2 chains left to skip before I close on this chain here. However, if you only had 1 left or if you had 3, it wouldn't really matter. Just if you only had 1 chain left, just do a chain of 3 instead, and if you had 3 left then just do a chain of 5 instead, so that way your loops will still be coming out for about the same amount height wise. But mine's worked out quite well. But when you come to join, obviously at the beginning we did a chain 5 instead of a chain 4, so this very first chain here we are going to slip stitch into there. So just insert your hook into that beginning chain that you did, and then do a slip stitch. So grab that yarn, pull it through the yarn, the loop on your hook as well, to do a slip stitch. And that is it for this very first round. So you should have something that looks like this at the moment. And now we're going to move on to the second row of this particular border. So what you want to do is you want to slip stitch into this chain space here. So we're just going to slip stitch up into this very first chain space. And you're going to do a chain 1, which will count as our very first double crochet when we come back round to the beginning. And after you've done that little chain 1, we want to chain 4 again, 2, 3 and 4. So technically you've got your chain 5, but that first one counts as our double crochet. You're then going to move over into this next chain space, and you're going to do a double crochet, chain 4, move over into the middle of the next one and do a double again, chain 4, oops, move over to the next and do a double crochet again. So it's very, very simple, and that is how you will be looking as you go around. So you're literally again going to do that all of the way around, and then we will slip stitch to where we started from into that first chain 1 when we get round to the other side. So if you want to carry on doing that, and I will meet you in just a second. So I'm pretty much back round now. I've just done my final chain 4 here, and I'm going to slip stitch into that very first chain that we did just here. So I'm going to pop my hook into that very first chain and simply slip stitch. So that's all joined up now, so I'm going to finish off here, and I'm going to do a little chain 1, snip off. Now obviously if you wanted to, you could keep going in exactly the same way and build up an even wider border. You can do it as many times as you like. I'm going to stop here just after those 2 and fasten off there. So that is how your border should look. Like I say, you can do more rows if you want to, and also you could add rows of different colours, which would look really nice as well. And to do that, you would simply just attach your new yarn in one of your chain spaces and just do your chain 5 and work from there. So it's very easily to adapt to do it with lots of different colours as well, which I think would actually work really beautifully to have a row of lots of different colours. I think they would look really nice. But I've just kept mine in a crisp white to go with my blanket here, and I really hope that you've enjoyed the tutorial and that you've been able to follow along. It is a nice easy one, and it just gives a really lovely finish for any of your projects. You could literally use it for anything. But that is it for this tutorial, and remember to come and find me on Instagram if you haven't done so already, because I do post lots on there as well, little ideas and things that I'm making. But I will see you for another video very soon. Bye for now.